Good evening, everybody. This is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. Welcome to Encounters. If you're new, welcome. Yaya, Spirit of the Garden, welcome. Maria, I am Raider 897 Late Freight Trucker. This is our regular night show. Maybe you watched us this morning on WESUFM.org, our NPR show every Sunday morning, 11:30. I just posted that show on our Ashtar Command Spaceship News YouTube channel. So you can watch all our shows. Hey, the Woodus, Marie, good to see you. Well, I don't think we're doing a CU5. We're not kind of doing any kind of CU5 tonight, but those are happening. The actual CU5s are happening in April of 2024, coming up next month. Hey, Sprites. April Johnson, I think it is. Stacy, welcome. Good to see everybody coming in here. Patty, Molly, Jersey for Life. Good to see you. I got the pictures. Thank you, the Woodus. Yeah. Good to see you. Always. Rita, good to see you. So we're going to clear a few things up on the show tonight that need to be cleared up and understood, regarding contact and all this other stuff. So we're going to clear that stuff up tonight. I'm a very open book, so to speak. All right. And Courtney, good to see you. Fire, thanks for joining us. Hey, Dawn, good to see you. Retic, hey, good to see you. Well, yeah, good to see you as always. All the new people, all the regulars, Jim Robbins, Cat Mama, good to see you, Cat Mama. Everybody coming in here for tonight's show. Hey, Gypsy Tia, D, thank you for the roses. We appreciate it. Many blessings to everybody. Hope you enjoyed this morning's show. If you missed it, it was a really, we helped somebody on the show today, on our radio show, that needed help. And it was just an emotional period. Jersey for Life, thank you for being here. User 155, hey, good to see you. Oh, thank you for the baseball cap. Cello Perez, full disclosure is very near. Absolutely. And I just learned some stuff about a person I had on my show many years ago on radio. He's come out with another book, a second book. My friend who's with our C5 group here in Connecticut, our Ashtar group, he doesn't have social media. He has YouTube. But this gentleman I had, his name was Salsa. He lives in Hawaii, and I'll be getting into that. Some interesting information. I'm going to try to get him on our radio show and see if he has TikTok. Rigo, good to see you. Thanks for the follow. Wiki something. Sarah Davis, welcome. Hey, Michael. Marinate, peace, love, and light to you. User 979. Alan Dole, thank you for the... Hey, Ben's Place. Are you familiar with the Lost Book of... Nope, I'm not familiar with that book. User 446, welcome to the show. Hello, Salamor. So we're going to get started a little bit here. And as people get in, we can recap. But evidently, there is organic spaceships around our planet. This is very interesting. And this person's information is always really good. I had him on years ago on my radio show. And according to the information my friend told me this afternoon when I was talking with him in our Ashtar group, C5 group, these ships they're being powered up. These ships that are like around the Earth, they're in the Earth, they're being powered up. And supposedly they're going to come out of the Earth, these ships. I don't know everything about it yet, but I'm going to do some research. But I found it fascinating that these are like organic. I don't know if they're living ships or what they are, but evidently the gentleman that wrote this book talks about them, and I think they're connected to the star people. But I'll get more information about it. But I was listening to the story. I think they're living ships and survive on water. They might be. They're supposed to be, according to the report, that they're actually in the Earth. Now, where they are on the planet, I don't know. But I always thought about that. And I'll have to get the information, contact the person in Hawaii. He's very well versed in what he writes about the extraterrestrials or the star people. And this is evidently possible that these ships are activated now because of the timing of contact. These actual things are coming activated. Zachariah Porter Lamb. Yeah, Middle Earth. Could be. Middle Earth, Inner Earth, Hollow Earth. I've got to get more information on it, but it sounded pretty interesting. You know, I'll do some more research on that in the next few days. The native told us about the star people. Yes, very true. DC, welcome to the show. Menzi Darka, 50 Cent Mutt, Beth Green, Oceans. Yes, in our oceans. So it'll be interesting to find out where these are located. If I can get them on my show, I've had them on before. I think we'll be able to get some information regarding that. H. Wags, welcome to the show, H. Wags. Got everybody in here? I've heard of star people years ago, yes. Yep, the star people would be those spiritual beings. Six Gun, thank you for the roses. That would be those people who we are all connected to. You know, all of us. It's funny how I went from 180 something people to 139. TikTok is a strange place. Sabrina, welcome. Thank you for the likes. Iron, welcome. Sabrina, thank you again. Scott Hammonds, thank you for the likes. Stella Bella, I feel asleep every time I come on your show. That's okay. SS, welcome. It was a strange high-tech high school without a name at the time. Undercover agents on Earth. Zachariah Porter. Let's see here. Larry, welcome to the show. I'm CmdrAleon, your host. If you're new to the show, welcome. We do the show pretty much nightly at 11 o'clock. This is the top #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. I don't care if it's YouTube, Facebook, or TikTok. They come out from the Amazon jungle. Interesting, K. Smith. Hey, Sloan, good to see you. Blessings. Alan Z, welcome to the show. Let's see who else we got here. User 353, welcome to our show. Encounters. A show that's out of this world always. And you never know what's going to happen on this show. So let me give some background for those that are new to the show. I'm CmdRaaleon, the host of the WESU NPR radio show, Ashtar Command Radio, for 21 years. I'm also a contactee since the 60s with positive ET contact with star people back when I was a kid. I've seen many what you call UFOs. I call them spaceships since the 60s. I'm also from Mars originally. Here, as I would say, starseed would be the defining thing. I came here on Mission Earth with the Ashtar Galactic Command, and I am fully awakened. I don't read any channels. I don't follow any websites I don't really follow anything except I get downloaded information telepathically. Hi, Diana. Good to see you. Hey, Chris. Hello. JP5000, welcome. Shelly, I think it is, welcome. Chris6917, welcome. Zilla, thanks for sharing the live. So I'm also a conduit for the Cosmic Christ, I call it. I do workshops where I've taken people off planet on a golden ship of light, and they take them safely off planet. Their bodies are fully protected, and then they come back and they have a journal where I want them to keep notes as to what they experienced. And that's through what they call the Merkaba state. And I'll be doing this again this year. I'll let people know when I'm doing my workshops here in Connecticut in the United States. Zill, yes, beautiful day. So I want to get into some things. I want to get into some things here. Because it's important for people to know what's happening and why it's happening. And when I speak of these things, look at it from an unconditional loving perspective, and don't look at it as, well, how come these people are doing it and we're not doing it? Don't look at it that way. Because if you're looking at it that way, then you're missing the boat. Okay? We're coming into a time period where everybody is connected and has been for a long time. even before you even knew you were connected. We're all connected to a star family. Everybody here is. Now, when your star family contacts you, I don't know when that's happening. I don't know how that happens. I have no control of that. I really have no control of anything. All right? But your star family is out there. Each individual person watching this show has a star family, meaning you originally came from another planet, somewhere in the universe, somewhere out there. You chose to come here, live this life, have this experience, and then hopefully eventually reconnect with your star family, meaning your biological cosmic family, not your biological family on Earth. Each of you has a biological cosmic family, right? So understand this. Whatever happens with a few people to start is only the beginning. And we do not make that decision. We make a decision as to whether we wish to participate in that experience, or we make the decision that we don't want to participate in that experience, that we just want to live a human life and do the best we can. But if we choose to take up that experience, and if we choose to do that mission work that we're called to do, then we're going to jump and do it unconditionally without ego. We're going to come back and we're going to share, excuse me, we're going to share what we know unconditionally with everybody. That's what we're supposed to do. So if we are light workers, if we're going to be light workers, we have to be unconditional. Hey, Mahan Suk. We really have to be unconditional. We have to come from things with a very loving way. You know, everything we do has to be in love. It's the most important thing we do. I've been on this journey for a lot of years. I've seen everything. I've seen people that tried to sideswipe me, you know, from my light work before there was any internet. You know, we always have to be who we say we are. We always have to be that person. Even in human form, we have to be that person. We can't be something else one day, and then something else another day, and then something else the third day, and the fourth and the fifth day. Either we're one person that is everything that we say we are, or we're not. Do you get it? The people out there get it. There's no ego on my part. There never has been ego. I don't care. You know, I can stay home, go about my regular day, and tell all my space friends that I'm not going anywhere. I don't want to go anywhere. I won't go anywhere. I'm going to stop doing the mission work. I'm going to stop doing this, stop doing that. I can go on, live a happy life, you know, just be a regular human being. I could. We all could. So I want to make it clear right now that anything you hear about who's being taken on a spaceship, that they're not deciding that. That's coming from the people on the ship. They're doing what they need to do. They're choosing who they need to choose. Not because they don't love anybody else, because they love everybody. Okay? Everyone's loved. Every single person is loved. You understand? I hope. I really hope. Because if we're going into a planetary change and we're not totally 100% loving and walking the walk, then doesn't make any difference whether we have space people land here or not and reconnect with us. If we're going to not walk the walk constantly, 24 hours a day, no matter what happens to us as a human being, if we don't do that, who cares? Who cares about the Earth? Who cares about what happens to the planet? Is it worth it? You know? Do you get my drift? We've come too far in 70 years and in the awakening process to go backwards. You know, we cannot go backwards. If anybody has any questions about the future contacts that we're going to be doing, as I talked about on here, then get in here and talk about it. Don't hide behind your phone. Get in here and talk about it. If you can't do that, that says everything. Okay? And if you hear anything outside of this thing regarding contact, then those people need to get in here, if they're light workers, and speak up so we can straighten this whole thing out for some people. Because that's not the way I operate. Never do, never will. Everybody here will have their contact at some point with their star family, is what I'm trying to tell you. We don't choose the time and the place. Our space brothers and sisters who we're connected with, our star family that we're connected with, our cosmic biological family, they choose that. And if they choose to connect with us now, then why not? Why wouldn't we accept the responsibility to go on the ship and come back with things that are going to help the Earth? Why wouldn't we do that? Why would anybody turn that down? Why? Tell me a good reason to not do that. I'm listening. Tell me a good reason. Anybody. If you're a light worker, tell me a good reason. Right, SMT. They've been contacting some people. There's a reason why they're doing the contact. We're not telling them who to contact. We don't tell the people in the Astro Command off planet who should they contact. We have no control over that. Okay? We don't control that. I'm very clear about this. Everyone's going to have their contact. Everyone. But you have to do the work. You have to do the meditation. You have to do the discipline of making yourself available to figure out who your star family is. If they've contacted you or if they're giving you inklings of contact, then you can get stuff to the plate and say, I'm a Christed being of light, and find out who they are. And if they are your family, then make that connection. Facilitate that contact. Communicate with them. Don't say, well, I'm not sure if I want to do that. You don't have to. No one's forcing you to do anything. Nobody forces anybody to do anything. Nobody does. All right? And when it comes to our space family, the Ashtar Command, which I've been working with for years, they only come in the best interest of each individual person on this planet. The Ashtar Command, I love the Ashtar Command because that's where I come from before I came to Earth. They look at everybody unconditionally. They look at everybody equally. But human beings don't do that. Human beings, whatever it is, even if we get this thing going in our heads, and then we start thinking, well, what about those people? How come it's not me? That's not the way to look at it. That's never the way to look at it. Because then you're starting to put conditions on other people and saying, well, why is that happening? Right? So this discussion needs to be held in my form because we've been talking about this contact for a few weeks now. And I just want to I'm always very honest and very clear about everything. I work in the highest light and the highest love for every single person out there on the planet, as I know most of you do. Don't worry about it. A few people are going to be taken on a ship. Don't worry about it. Really. Are you concerned it's not you? It has nothing to do with that. We didn't say, oh, please choose us. There's reasons that they choose us. Number one, my connection with Commander Rubar on the ship is that he is actually my cosmic biological family. I have a mother on the ship. I have brothers and sisters on the ship. Am I going to disregard that? Should I say, no, I don't want to talk to you. I have an opportunity to meet you. I'm just going to throw it away. Should I throw it away? Should I just forget about it? Should I just throw it out the window? I'm listening. I'm listening really carefully to the response from the light working community, what I should do. If you're a light worker, are you going to tell me to forget about it? If you're truly saying you're a light worker, you better stand up and be who you are. Really. Because I do have the ability to say no. I do. I can give the whole thing up about going on a ship. I could. You know? And I know if I give it up, I will regret doing that. If I do give it up, I will regret it. But the truth is, I won't give it up. I'm not going to give it up. Whether what everybody thinks or anybody thinks, whatever it is, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm not going to give it up. I'm going to go on that ship. I don't know what it's going to feel like being put on a spaceship. I've never been there before in a conscious reality, but I'm going to go. And I know they can hear me on the ship right now saying this. I know they hear every word I'm saying. I'm ready to go on that ship, do the mission work, come back to Earth, and bring that information here. Whenever it is, whatever time this year it is, I'm going to go. This is being recorded. It'll be on my YouTube channel. I'm going to go on the Ashtar ship. I'm stating it right now. If anybody has any problems with that, then you better talk to me right now on here. We better clear it up. I'm bringing Yaya in here. Hey, Yaya, good to have you with us. I think you're almost there. Yaya, thank you for all the roses. By the way. Hey,
I did not mean to hit my
let me bring
button.
my volume up.
Sorry.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Thank you. I was trying to hit the roses.
You're doing good.
Well, thank you. I did good, huh?
Yeah, I know there are some things happening, and I'm straight out figuring on tonight's show we're going to straighten that out in like 2 seconds.
I think what you're doing is absolutely, it's priceless. It's being absolutely a commander. You're speaking your truth. People need to hear it. And, this is what this is all about. This is the
Right.
change we want to see. Why are we light workers?
Right.
Why are we unconditional love?
Right.
What's the purpose of walking the walk if you can't live it every day?
Right.
That's
I mean, one of the things is we're having 2 separate C5 events in Connecticut, and each one is, we all know each other. So that the thing is that the one happening on the 13th is the one that their space people say they're going to be involved with. They might be involved in both of them, but they're going to actually show us. I don't know how this is going to be. We're going to go live and record it, and then Apple Orchard Field. I'm also going to the event in Ledyard, and they can also appear there too. I'm pretty sure they'll be wherever we are. They'll be there. I just know that they're going to come to us on the 13th, and I know that to be true. So it's really important that people understand the importance of this event. It's also to show people that the Ashtar Command not only is real, not only do we have connections to our own biological cosmic family, but that I have made a really clear decision that I'm going on that ship. And I'm coming back, but I'm going on that ship. Whatever we're going to be doing, going into the oceans or whatever off planet, I'm going to go there and learn as much as I can and bring that information back. And if people don't believe it's going to happen, then you need to wake up. If you are truly awakened, then you understand this. If you're not, and you're saying you are, then you better look in the mirror and look at who you are. Okay?
Yeah. We've been told for so long that it's going to be happening, and it's going to be happening soon. and things have, you know, this disclosure, this, you know, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm, you know, I'm
I
ready
mean,
for the world to change. I'm
I
ready for
believe.
times to,
Yeah, I mean,
um,
I believe. I mean, I'm looking forward to both events. I believe that they'll make visual appearances at both events, which I hope they do. I don't think they're just doing it at both one event. I think they're going to do it at both events. I think the one that we're doing on the 13th, they're like tuned in on that from the spaceship. We don't control anything. You know, I want people
no,
to know there's no control. I'm very open about this discussion, and I think it's healthy for it to bring it on here because I just see this as being a thing. I don't want people to think that April or me decided who was going to go on a spaceship when that happens. We have no decision in that. They are the ones who told us, you know, who they're bringing on. We don't control it. If, hey, look, I would bring all 242 people on the ship right now. But there's a reason why they're doing what they're doing, and they're doing it out of love. They're not doing it like, oh, we're like better than the next person. You know, I'm going to learn as much as I can as we go through this process. And when we come back from whatever that thing is, when we go on the ship, I'm going to learn as much as I can, and we all will. And I think there'll be more people that will be doing this and going on ships. I think this is just the first wave. You know how we talk about the waves of awakening process? I look at this
yeah,
as a first wave. Now, why they
yeah.
choose who they choose, I don't I don't know. And you know, frankly, I only know what I know. You know, I'm gonna
It's none
also
of our business.
I'm going to bring Grace on because I think it's important that she's part of this discussion because it's really important for people to know that we have beautiful people here in Connecticut. We have two major events happening. I think they can be merged into one event, but evidently, I think that there's a reason why we're having two separate events, but that doesn't mean we're separated as people. I'm going to be at both events. I'm going to be
Yeah.
both in Durham, Connecticut, and Ledyard. I'm looking forward to being at the Ledyard event, and I think they'll appear there too. I think they're going to do both. That's what I'm getting.
Hello.
Hey, Grace, welcome.
Hi,
Hi.
Grace.
Well,
Good to have you with
hey,
us.
Loretta.
Hey,
Hi,
sister, good to have
sweetie.
you with us. So I'm just
How
like
you
bringing
doing,
this out.
Commander?
Good. I wanted to bring this discussion open so people know that we didn't decide, you know, who's going on these ships. That was done by the people on the ship. For me, I'd have everybody on the ship. I'm sure the ship's big enough to hold 200 people in there easily. But I want to bring you on because you're a really crucial part of what's happening in Connecticut coming up in April. And I've been getting that. I think they'll be at both. I think they're going to show. We're going to go live at both events. I think they're going to be showing themselves at both events, so we have an understanding that this is real, that they exist, that we exist, and that we're all collectively together. I think that's going to be a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
That's what
I,
I've
I
been getting.
agree, Commander. You know, I was out at the Dragon's Egg today. I did a
Yeah.
live there. I don't know if you were available to
Oh
see
man.
that or not.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, and you know what? I just posted a photograph that I took while I was there, and I caught an orb in the sky right above
Really?
the Dragon's Egg. Yeah, and I didn't
Wow.
see it with the naked eye. When I got home, I looked at the photograph and I thought, "Oh my God, there's an actual like orb or something up in the sky right
Wow.
in the corner." And I thought, "Wow, okay, well."
That's
And
cool.
when I
That.
was just leaving, I know I couldn't believe it. I tagged you, so you'll be able to see it.
Wow. I
I,
think that's a
I,
sign of what's going to happen too, right?
I do too. I do too. And I think somebody said in the chat, can everyone still participate? And I'm like, yes, of course you
Oh,
can
you kidding me?
definitely.
It's
No,
more
you
fun.
you have to stay home and be watching
Yeah.
TV.
if you
Can
know
I
what, get
participate?
your popcorn.
Can I watch a movie?
Get your popcorn and you could watch TikTok live, and
That's
we'll
right.
have like two streams going so that people can see. But and I did sound bowls tonight at the Dragon's Egg, and
Oh
I was
wow.
able to walk around the woods a little bit and check out the location and just explore the room. I've been there before, but I've never really been a
Yeah.
facilitator in the actual space. So I wanted to make sure I knew how everything works. And there are loft spaces in there,
How
and
big are they?
they are, I'd say maybe 12 by 12.
So could you have 10 people sleeping on top of each other, 5 on the bottom, 5 on the top? Forget it, folks. I'm just
Well, you
kidding.
know what? I've known that we're dance troops that have stayed
Yeah.
there, and there were more than like 10 people.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, because I mean, they do have beds, but there's limited space. So
Okay.
you got to get in touch with Myra right away.
Should you
And
bring like sleeping bags? I mean, I have sleeping
yeah, I
bags.
mean, they do have 2 beds up there. They have a shower facility. They
Okay,
have,
that's
they
good.
have a restroom. They have a kitchen, a small
Oh,
kitchen.
good.
Yeah, it's in the woods. It's very recluse. And there's crops and farmland all around. Those crop
Oh, yeah,
the
that area. Yeah, it's a lot of farms. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so it's Pequot Nation territory. So it's ledgered, which is all Pequot.
It's all ancient energy too. There's a lot of
Yeah.
ancient energy from the indigenous people that live there.
And it was so cool to hang out there and to just vibe with the energy. And, I feel like, being a star ambassador with the Dr. Greer group, I
Yeah.
have this like responsibility to just uphold the integrity of the CE5. So that's sort of
Yes,
my
indeed.
responsibility. And I feel passionate about us bringing peaceful contact to the earth because we're in trouble.
We
Everywhere
are. We're definitely in trouble.
chaos breaking loose.
Absolutely.
It's
And it's
crazy.
more about us as a collective group bringing about peaceful contact so we can bring peace to the earth, and not about any one individual, being given a role. I feel like that we just can't lose focus.
All right.
We can't lose
100%.
sight. We can't like be driven off in a different direction, because at this point it's really, really critical
Oh,
that
God,
we
yeah.
remain like as a collective together as one, and not get sidelined, because we want to beeline to the spaceships that are really interested in helping us grow as a society, as a planet.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, I just saw some footage that blew my mind, actually, that's taking
Really?
place. Yeah, it was taking place in I think it was in Arizona, and
Arizona.
it actually blew my mind. So like,
What was it?
I mean, it was just really negative around,
Oh,
yeah, it was really negative, and I just thought this is all the more reason why we
yeah.
need help.
Yeah,
And
we need to.
so I mean, I feel like, and I'm glad Loretta's up here too, because I don't think, and listen, everyone has good intentions, but there are some that there's the tendency to want to create a focal point on something, drive the focus away from the potential, reality of what has to happen in the C5, and that is to just stay together, because the power
Yeah.
in all of this, when we sit together in meditation, is we sit together as a
Yeah.
group and we form a very powerful beeline.
Yeah, we do.
It's almost like a laser point, and we become together as one. And we don't, if you guys go fluff off into a spaceship somewhere, I mean, all power to you. I just want to know that you're in charge, Commander. I don't want to think there's someone else out there who's
No,
giving the
I'm in
buck.
charge. We're all each of us. If we go on the ship, are each in charge of our own being. We're just the invitation, that the connection of our cosmic biological family, which each of us has. You have a biological cosmic family, Grace. So does Yaya Spirit. Everybody does. Now, when I was growing up in this whole thing about the New Age, people would talk to me about the waves of awakening. Like people, human beings are in waves, like the little waves. And the waves are still happening. Like we're not all at the same wave, but we're all together. The thing is, you're at a much, you've been on the wave for a long time, Grace. So is Yaya. I've been on the wave since I was old enough to be on whatever that wave is. So it's all collective. If the space people of the command have chosen certain people, it's not because they don't love anybody else. I'll find out the reasons, and we're all in charge of our own being. And, as I go on this journey, I'm going on as CmdrAleon. I'm going to meet evidently people that I have, like I've mentioned, brothers and sisters that I've never remembered. So it's going to be a loving experience, and it's going to be things that we will bring back to share with everybody. We're not keeping it to ourselves. Like you were saying, we're all in this together. It's
Yeah.
only however this is working out. I want people to realize it's not like we have this big ego. Wow, we're going, whatever people are being, whatever they decide to do, I'm sure eventually more and more people are going to be involved in. I'm absolutely certain of that. Well, for whatever reason, it could have been you, or it could have been whatever it is. I'm good with it because I know where it's coming from. It's coming from an unconditional loving heart from our star family. And to me, I look at that's part of is not what we're all about. Now they're not going to be making the contact for on the ship during the C5. They want to introduce themselves visually, which is a beautiful thing. So we hopefully get to see the beauty of what they're going to show us, and we can record it, which I know we'll do it both Ledgered and over in out in Durham, which is also farm country. It's an apple orchard. It's beautiful. I think Grace, you've been up to Durham, right? Have you been up there?
I haven't been, I've been out that way, but I've never been to that apple
Oh,
orchard.
okay. I don't know why I think you've been there.
The
Yeah,
last two
it's
CE5s we did were in Madison
they were.
last
Oh,
year.
yeah. Oh, the Apple Orchard is a very spiritual place. We do a Christ in meditation. We use Stephen Greer's app. Craig and Elaine, who don't have the TikTok or anything. They have YouTube, so they'll be coming up. I talked to them today about it. And I am also talking to them about the Ledger event because I want us all to interact. And there's whatever reason they're going to be. I know they're going to probably show up at both events. My head's on the Apple Orchard because that's where they're going to start, and I know they'll be able to make an appearance probably in Ledger. However that works, I have no idea. I'm not a guru. I'm just me. So I'm going to learn just as much as Grace is and anyone else here is, because to me, whatever happens, happens. If I go every day living my life. We all do. When we get to that date of these events, if something beautiful happens, which I believe it will, we're going to record it. Grace is going to record it. I'll have my phone recording. We'll have probably a few phones on recording whatever happens so we can document it. And that's the thing. We are really trying to bring everybody together here to a point of understanding that this is, these things, we're going to have more things happening that are going to be incredible experiences for every single person. It's not just for one person or two people. If it was only for two people, hey, look, whatever. But
We wouldn't
it's
be
for
on
all
here.
of us. We wouldn't be on here talking to each other because then we'd be going, "Oh, I'm the one. No,
That's
I'm the
right.
one. Oh, no, you're the one. No, she's the one. He's the guy to be the one." you know, you know,
Well, I
you know what I
appreciate
mean?
that. I appreciate that. See, so this is the photo of the woods where I took
Yeah,
the photograph behind me, but the orb that I captured is up in the corner. You can't see it in the photo that I'm.
yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
you would have to go to my TikTok to look at it.
yes. Oh,
But
really? Okay.
I
You have
ordered.
other pictures?
Yeah, I have this picture, but it's a larger version of it,
Oh, it
and you
is.
can see
Okay.
the orb on the left-hand corner, and it's very significant. And what's so cool about it is that the sun was setting on the other side.
Right.
So the sun was
mm.
not setting on the side of the
Oh,
orb.
wow.
Because it looks like, oh, you could say that's the sun, but
Right.
that wasn't the sun at all.
I was
And
going to ask you, Grace, was it daytime? But it was daytime. What time of the day was it?
I got there at about 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've been doing CE5 kind of subtle CE5s on my own in around that time, around
Mm,
sunset. And I've been like getting
wow.
success. So I've been going out to Harkness, which is another area that's on the water, on the sound. And
Hmm.
it's just a vast, vast, one beeline
Really?
of water, so you can see for
Wow.
miles, and you can really feel the energy of
Hmm.
the when your intention is there, when your
Yeah.
intention is pure and your
Hmm.
intention is clear, and you
Yeah.
do not have an intention that is or an agenda,
Yeah.
There really things really happen. And you know, I want to say this too because there's been a lot of like hubbub going around about out there in TikTok land about low vibration and
Yeah,
individuals behaving in a certain way. And it's like, listen, we're human beings. We're not perfect. You know, we're perfect in yet in our imperfection. So everyone is coming from a different place in their spiritual of evolution, and you know, no one's any better than anyone else. And
exactly.
so, for if we're out there and we're judging one another, and we're saying things about one another, and we're being dishonest, or we're talking behind each other's backs, what shows spiritual maturity to me is, and the fact that you're ready for something like this, to partake in something like this, is when you're ready to confront it, you know,
Right.
and that you can honestly say right out in the right, let it just rip, you know, say it
Let it
out
rip.
loud. And
That's
if you
right.
have a feeling, or you have something you have to say, or you feel something's inappropriate, you've got to be able to share it, because if you stay silent, you could put somebody could be at risk and not realize it.
That's
You know?
right.
Yeah.
So it's so important to like speak your piece, you know. If you feel something isn't right, do it, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Oh,
it's
absolutely. That's
called
right.
it's called spiritual maturity. You
Maturity
know,
and
you
discernment
it's
too.
yeah, it just you just have to be, you know, and that just puts us in a place of that infinite love, infinite
Yes.
tolerance, infinite patience, and you know, love unconditional. I love
Yeah.
that saying, ulu ulu love,
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
unconditional,
Yeah.
unconditional love.
I
That's
And
think
what I was saying. That's what I was saying earlier is that, you know, I've run into this over the years that people before there was internet that would come to things and they say, "Oh, I'm a light worker. I'm this and that," you know. And you know, it's all nice and well to say what you are, but if you don't act as who you are, if you don't be who you are, as I was saying earlier, if you're going to be a light worker, if you're going to be a star seed of light from another world, or if you're going to say you're this or that or whatever, you must be that. You can't just be
you have
something
to be
else
that.
when you're with another group of people, and then with the other group you're something else. You're like Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde of the spiritual community, right? You can't be Dr. Jekyll
Right,
and Mr. Hyde. Either you are who you are or you're not who you are, and you're faking it.
you know
right.
what's so interesting is you know, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is not only
Right.
a like you know,
That's
story,
right. That's right. It is.
it's also syndrome.
It is. It is a
That's right.
syndrome.
That's right.
It's a syndrome, and it's
It's
coming out to a movie theater near you
Yeah.
from Hollywood.
And
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
I love that syndrome. I love that syndrome to death.
It's good,
I mean, you
you
know,
know.
I grew up pretty close to someone who is a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type,
Oh
and
boy.
rough one to
Yeah.
navigate through. But you know, we want to listen. I do not want to create rifts or any kind of division. I want to. That's why I had suggested to the commander, and I'm not sure how you feel about this. If you want to combine the C5 into
Yeah.
one,
I
because
like the idea. I just got. I wanna see what the people in the spaceship from the command
I
want to do. They
feel
might want to
like
do both. I feel they will. You
yeah,
know.
I feel like it's I think don't think it matters. And you know, Commander, what I was getting tonight, I got like sort of a download tonight, and I got that if it was Ashtar Command, I mean, they've known you your whole entire life on this
Oh
planet.
yeah.
They wouldn't need anyone else to communicate with you. You know, so you would really, you know, you're the one who's driving the bus on this.
Right, I am, but at the same token, I also understand that it is that this connection is happening the way it's happening, and I'm fine with it. Like, there's no ego on my part. If it's happening, and I wish April was here to be on here because I think she deserves to be here to hear this. I think there are things happening in this situation that are a little bit different than the normal situation, and let me explain this so people understand it. That she's documented everything she's doing. When she has documented this information, I resonate with it. Now, again, we talked about earlier that we have to, it has to be us. It has to be the commander being the commander. the commander's being the commander. The commander's saying to himself, regardless of everyone's feelings or downloads, that I'm the one's going to be in a situation that I have to, kind of either, look at it as being the way it should be or not. I look at this as being something where it's going to be happening. It's going to be a beautiful, loving experience. And like I said earlier, I think Grace and other people have these experiences too. I think it's going to be eventually a lot of people because you're ready for it. I know Grace is ready for it. She's always been. And I know Yaya and a lot of people in this broadcast are. So I look at it as a very beautiful thing. And, I don't have to, I'm in command of my own mission work here. I wish April was here to participate. I think that's only fair. And but I will say this, that I do believe that they know when they're going to make the contact. And whatever we think or believe or whatever our opinions are, at this point become irrelevant because we're talking then from a human perspective. We have to think out of the box from being, let's say all of us here, we're from other, well, we are all from other planets, but let's just say we put away our human perceptions of reality. And we all now, Grace is from planet X, you're from planet Z, I'm from planet whatever, P, or maybe S or whatever it is. So we all come from different planets, but we're all interconnected on one spaceship from these other planets doing mission work together collectively, like we're on a commune or something in space. So look at it this way, that I look at the beauty of what has happened. And when I see her come down here, she's bringing me something from the ship that my father on the ship gave her. That's what, and someone said, why don't she mail it? I said, I don't want her to mail anything. Whatever this thing is, it's whatever I'm getting, I think is going to help. I don't even know what it does or anything, but I am fully in command of my spirit. Just I know Grace is very in command of her spirit, and I honor that. And so, Yaya, you are too. You're very powerful spirits in a very beautiful way. So as we look at it from that perspective, understand that it's all going to be beautiful. It's going to be for everybody. Anything we do, whoever goes on this ship, when that happens, and that's not going to be happening during the C5s, but it's evidently going to happen somewhere down the road this year. Wherever that's supposed to be, I'm ready for it. I'm prepared for it. I've never been more ready in my whole life since I was a kid, So whatever happens, folks, just understand that everything that we do, that we bring back, is going to be for you. It's not for us to keep in a shelf somewhere, to put in our bookshelf, or to put in a closet. It's to bring to the whole planet unconditionally, coming from a loving space where it's not about my ego or whether I'm going to have a bigger ego when I come off the ship. I don't have any ego to begin with. Everyone knows me. I don't run by ego. I know Grace doesn't either, nor does Yaya or a lot of the people I know here,
So,
which is the way.
Commander, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Just a question. Okay, so when you say you're being taken by a ship, because I'm under the impression that April got taken by the ship physically.
Yeah, she did.
Okay, so now will you be taken physically?
It's all going to be, yes, let me be clear. It's going to be all physical.
Like you're going to be taken physically because people are asking in the comments about it, and
yes.
Help them.
I want to be clear about that. No, I'm glad I'm not looking at the comments, I'm looking at you. But yes, it's going to be it's like, how people have cosmic dreams, which are true also. We're going to be physically taken aboard the spaceship, physically. I'm not going to be like dreaming, you still see me in my room? Am I on the ship yet? Am I in the living room, Grace? Do you still see me?
Telepathic. It won't be a telepathic experience.
No, okay. I don't think I've been too clear about that on the questions. I think it's good people are asking you the question. It'll be a physical, beautiful thing. We're not being abducted. We're being taken by invitation. And both of us have family members that are what I call cosmic biological family members. Now, my biological parents, who I loved, they passed on. They passed on 10, 15 years ago. Okay. That's my physical Earth-based parents. So these are my space parents. These are people. Grace probably has space parents that have brothers and sisters, and she has a mother and father of planet that she hasn't met yet. I'm sure Yaya, I'm sure many of you have. So whenever that happens, it'll be beautiful. I think we're all going to have that experience. That's the way I look at it. I'm just in this situation, taking it in step by step. I go day by day, doing my job, working on Earth. I don't, throw everything off the road. I'm still going out for breaths in the morning sometimes. I still go to Dunkin' Donuts or whatever. I'm still doing my normal thing,
Like
right?
a good donut.
Yeah, I actually like Neil's Donuts over here in Wallingford. Neil's is like really good donuts. I had them this morning before my radio show. So,
Oh,
I'm
we
still,
have a really good donut store here. I'm gonna try to get some for the CE5.
oh, if you get some
And who
good donuts, I'm there for you.
Yeah, we
who
have
don't like a
Julian
good
donuts.
donut?
A good donut.
Who doesn't?
A good.
They get
You
me
know,
like all the sugar gets me a little like.
watch. I'm gonna have to hide. If you're bringing donuts and you're gonna get woo hoo hoo, then I gotta hide in
My
the
head
loft.
goes, because
Then you're gonna be going on a ship if you're gonna be going woo hoo hoo.
I might be levitating.
I think you'll be. I'm gonna videotape that. If you levitate, Grace, I am videotaping that.
I want to eat what you're. I want donut where you're eating. If you're
I'm
levitating,
That's right.
They're so unbelievable, like designer donuts.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Oh man, I can't wait. So
Yeah.
back to the people's questions of people saying, "How is this going to work?" I'm going to be physically going with a few other people, whenever that is, and I still don't know when that's going to be. And we're going to go into the ship. Either we're going to be lifted into the ship. I know that April, in the last photo she showed, it shows her foot. Like you can see the picture of her. They take her in a beautiful round bluish kind of energy thing, and she goes into the ship. The first time she went in the ship, they landed the ship in the field. She's in northern Vermont, so I know. I used to live in Vermont, so I know that area. They had a door open, and she walked in, and she was on the ship. So there's different ways, I guess, they can do this. And when I get on there, I'm going to see. I want to see they grow vegetables on a living part of the ship where they live. They're all vegetarians, so they grow vegetables. They have a watermelon, which I want to see, which is they call it a pearl. She says it's like as small as a grape. So if I go on the ship, I'm going to see if I can bring back some of those pearls and try to grow them in my garden this year. If I get on the ship before the growing season, I'm going to try to see if I can take some seeds and replant them in my greenhouse. So I have a couple of things I want to do.
I wonder what that tastes like.
Well, she says it tastes.
Grape.
Yeah, they says it tastes like it's a watermelon, but it's the size of a grape.
I like champagne grapes. Have you guys ever had those?
No, what are those?
Those are good.
They're teeny tiny little designer grapes. They're amazing.
Really?
They burst.
And you have them with peas and champagne. They're amazing.
Really? Where do you get those?
Occasionally I'll find them at a local grocer. You gotta look for them. They'll come out
really?
around this time of the year. Yeah. Yeah, if you go to a specialty grocer, you probably will find them. Champagne grapes. They're tiny.
Champagne grapes.
They're like little, they look like Skittles. That's how tiny they are.
Yeah. But they burst in your mouth. They're full of flavor. They're so good.
Oh my God. I just put the whole thing in my mouth and I just jump on it. And then I shove a piece of cheese in with it.
No, that would be good too.
A little cosmic order conversation. And we're gonna have we will have cider, apple cider, which will be
there you go.
Juice. And we'll have our apple cider, and I think I'm gonna do some type of protein, like some kind of finger sandwiches or something.
Oh, cool! Yeah, I'm good for that.
Yeah, but anyway, getting me to interrupt. I just thought I'd kind
of. No, that's good. I'm glad you mentioned that.
They're not sour unless they're not fully ripe. Somebody asked me if they were sour.
Oh, okay.
Comments. They have to be fully ripe, so I always test them in the store, even though you're not supposed to do that.
We weigh you going in and weigh you coming out.
Right. And I just want, just to let people know, again, I'm looking at the comments here. I want all the people know that are protective of the commander. Understand, I'm a grown adult. I think I appreciate people's love and protection. But the commander has been through many roads over the years since the 1960s, and I can tell you, I'm very aware of everything and everyone around me. Believe it or not, and I love everybody. I'm very good at discerning energy, and I know what I'm doing. So trust me when I tell you, when these things happen, when we go on the ship, all the people that are going are all loving people, all beautiful people. and I want you to respect each and every one of them. If you say the commander being command, I'm telling you right now, be the love that you say you are. If you're going to be the light worker, I'm reading comments, you must be unconditionally loving. Do you know what that means? You can't be conditionally loving to me and not unconditionally loving to me, and then put a condition on someone else.
And
Then you're making.
Noelle is saying, okay.
All right, so I want to strain people out here on this. The commander wants us. Let's say you're on my spaceship right now, and we're having a meeting. The commander would set everybody straight pretty quickly. So believe me and understand me. Everything I do with all my friends, I know what I'm doing. I'm a grown space person from another planet, and I know what I'm doing. Okay.
And not only that, I will say this. I know that April feels vulnerable at this point because, she's come out with her,
Yeah.
with her disclosure, and also being very, very coming straightforward and out
Yeah.
the fairies, which brings attention, it brings attention, and there's always uh, uh, criticism, and there's always questions. The more information you give to people, the more questions they have.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And so, the thing is, she may not be. She needs the group to help give her some support too,
Right.
which
She
helps
does.
to ground her a little bit more, because I feel like she has so much energy
Yeah.
around her, and her situation over there is electric.
It is electric.
She
It's
may.
very electric.
I don't want her to get the wrong idea and to have her feel like she has to cower down or become afraid to come up, because I know that with the last situation with John Connors, we were all kind of a little, we all needed to take a little bit of a hiatus or break. And I mean, I'm going to say it, I had to do that for myself, because I felt that there was it was created a lot of discord, and I needed to separate myself from it. So, and I'm not going to, these are things that we never really talked about, or I never really talked about. So, I want people to know, and if you're on the sidelines and you're watching, and you're not in the actual chat, and you're in the sidelines watching, just know that, you're not being singled out. There's not we will open the C5 up to anyone, but it has to be within the parameters of protocol. That's really all we're
Right.
asking for.
And the thing is, everybody is good in a sense. Everyone has their different things that they're here to do on the planet. Everybody is. Scooby, yes, he's good. So let's have no, it's just that he has a different. He deals with a lot of geometry and stuff, which is beautiful. That's his focus. Um, you know, it's all resolved. Everything's been resolved. So don't look at it as being an unresolved thing. When it comes to April, she is electric, and she should be electric. Now, I'm not going to, I don't think anyone else should, I think the fact that she came on my show and was live was a big step for her. And so, if anything, as commander on a spaceship and also host of the show, I want everybody to give their support to her, because she is, she's all the way up there by herself. And the thing is, it goes back to what I said before. If you say you're a light worker, if you say you're a loving person unconditionally, then you better be that light worker and not be somebody who has a book cover that looks really pretty. And then when you get inside of it, you're not the same person you were on the outside of the cover. That's my deal. That's, people want me to be the commander. I'm being the commander right now from an Ashtar perspective, saying it's either do it all or don't do it. Don't be the one half of this and one half of that, and one half of the other thing. That's my,
So Alicia from Florida is saying something kind of derogatory. So you do you, and let April do her thing. As far as he said, she's not going to Grace's event. So, I mean, what is that supposed to mean? Like, that to me is just the complete opposite of what we're trying to get
right,
out of.
right. And so, Alicia, I'm going to say, Alicia, be the love that you say you are. We're all not to judge anybody here. We're all to love one another. That's what I'm all about. That's why the show exists, is to bring people together. It's all good. It's all good, Alicia. Just
Exactly. And
let it go. It's all good.
don't be misled by the fact that we may not 100% be in alignment. It doesn't mean that we dislike each other or have to hate one another. That's what's wrong with the human race. People right away are quick to judge and quick to say, well, you know what? She's not coming to your event anyway. And it's like, well, okay, if that's why we're in a division situation on the planet. That's
All right. So
why.
let me put it this way. If there still is 2 events, which I think there's going to be, it's going to be good. I'm still going to do the 13th and still go to Ledger. It's going to be good for both. It doesn't matter if there's 2 or 10,000 events.
That's what's wrong with the attitude. That's where brings in drops the vibration of the CE5 and will create
Right.
non-contact.
And that's true. She doesn't have the money to do both. She's coming down for the 13th, and I'm happy she's coming. So that's where she was going to come originally, and that's fine, and that's all that needs to be. If she comes for just the event for the 13th, that's what is supposed to be happening. I'll be going to both events because I live in Connecticut. She's all the way up north, and this is a big deal for her. So the fact that people helped her to get down here, I've already facilitated with some of my people in the C5 here off on the phone who don't have TikTok, and we'll have a place for her to stay. She'll have money for a hotel. I'd rather have her place to stay, which way she shouldn't have to spend any money. So we'll figure that out.
That's right. That's right.
The universe is a.
Yeah, go ahead,
The
Loretta.
universe is a big. This is a big universe. This is just the very first 2 events. There's going to be events all over the place.
Oh, okay. What's going on here?
And
are they making you do the puzzle?
Yeah, what do I do?
Just put the puzzle piece in the puzzle spot. I had that happen today.
Okay. I did. Now, how do I do that?
You just move it with your finger like a cross.
I just did.
Yep.
Okay.
Then be good to go.
Good. I did it.
Yeah.
Why are they doing that?
They're verifying
I don't know.
They want to make sure it's you.
Okay, it's me.
Make sure it's you.
I hope they never. I hope they never do that again.
They might.
So,
Oh my
guys,
God!
you have to understand that the commander and I have done CE5s before in the past, and there was some chaos brought onto the table a couple of months back that we rectified, and now we're very protective of one another as a CE5 group. And we have each other's backs. And if we feel there's a situation that we need to discuss, we're going to discuss it. And the thing is, we will bring it to you as well, because Commander is very open on this show.
Well, I am. I don't put anything behind the table. So now that I said that, we all know there's a big difference of what's going on. When I go on the ship with a few people that are going on the ship, when that happens beyond the C5 event, don't get jealous. Don't start getting ego. Don't start getting conditional, because then you're going to be doing exactly what I say you're doing, which is you're being a hypocritical person that's saying you're a light worker and you're this unconditional loving person. It doesn't work. I've been around too many years.
Exactly, because being and such a buzzword lately with the light worker thing. I mean, gosh. I would never personally refer to myself as a light worker. I just am a human being just trying to, survive and do the best I can with, in the way it is. And like I said earlier, no one's perfect. And there are things being brought to the table that are very difficult for people to comprehend. Not everybody can comprehend it all at once. Some people are way more open, way more accepting. So,
and the ones that can't comprehend it, that's why there are people like us, not me, us. I use the word collectively, the us, because there are many of you out there who can comprehend it, and there might be people in here that have no understanding of it, but that's why we're here, right? To bust the matrix, to be open and say, and if they have a question, we go right out and say, this is the way it works. And if we do that,
Exactly.
That's what we do, right?
That is
Like
so
just like
right on, Commander. That's so right on. I love that because it's about if you have differences and you can come to an understanding in those differences, then you have really it's really been a win-win for everyone, you
yeah,
know? And it not everybody's going to immediately say, "Oh, well, I completely like buy into your story." Like with my healing, experience with the being, like the healing ET, not everybody's going to buy into that. They may not
right,
believe me at all. They may say, hey, but that's why we're here. I mean, when April
right,
first came into the show, everybody, we welcomed her into the show and accepted her and, with
exactly.
open arms. So why all of a sudden now
Unconditional.
people are like saying, oh, well, this and this and this, there's a lot of hubbub going on out there, and
Yeah, and it's got to stop.
the
It's got to
debate is
stop.
not healthy. It is not
Right.
healthy.
It's got to stop because
Hmm.
what's going to happen is beautiful. And when there's a lot of hubbub, you're coming from a human 3D mind with the hubbub. You're not coming from that
Yeah,
cosmic spiritual person that you say you are. So be honest to yourself. When you're going to come with that hubbub and what you think, it doesn't matter what you think at this point because you're coming from a 3D perspective of not understanding what this is all about. You're not coming from understanding that I understand completely, and I understand when I go on that ship that I know exactly what I'm doing as a grown, mature spiritual adult from another planet who came here with a full conscious memory of who I am, who came here with the Ashtar Galactic Command of knowing who I am. I don't need to have anybody tell who I am because I already know who I am. I don't go on websites looking for information. Like I said, I don't go to channelers. I don't go to crystal ball people. I don't go to card readers. I don't need any of that
yeah,
because I don't do that. I never have, never will. You
yeah. I
know,
don't really do that either. I mean, I don't. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. I
no,
support
it's not my thing.
it. But
It's
for
not my
me,
thing.
I don't need it. I'm my own reader.
You know,
I've.
and
Do you
I
agree with
just
me,
They,
want,
Loretta? Do you feel like you're your own reader?
me,
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. I
yeah,
am.
yeah, you
Maybe
know,
in my very beginning, I may have went once in a while, but
yeah,
now once you're connected to higher self, and you're grounded, you're connected. You don't need it.
that's right.
They,
So,
you get your answers, you get
so
your
I think,
confirmations.
I think as we move on tonight, I think I brought it up tonight because I needed to be open about this, which I think is good. I'm glad Grace is here, and I want to just be clear now, moving on, that when we have our discussions, and I know, and April and I will talk about this when we're on together, that these when we talk about things that are happening, and she has information that is the general for the broadcast, and also specifically that I need to know, and we're going to be open about it, that people need to be not judgmental. You need to listen. You need to hear. You need to be that loving person that you are. And I need to have that respect from every single viewer every single time, whether it's about whatever it is. This stuff is going to become more amped up and increased in a very Christed way, in a very loving way. I need to know that you're all there, to be who you say you are. And will you be who you are? And that's
yeah.
all I have to say.
Like walk the talk,
Right.
really walk the talk. Not
And
even
then
walk.
right. And
The
not
It's
more
not
even
the
you,
walk. It's like walk the talk.
right.
the
Because
more you do that, and the more you are that, the more, if you're just kind of waking up, the more
Right.
you are that spiritual being of light, the more you are the walk what you walk, you talk what you become even more evolved. You become
Right.
even more authentic, and
That's right.
you gotta trust the process.
Yeah.
And like Commander's saying, and Grace is saying, we are all one. We're doing this together because we all want better for everyone,
That's right.
and we can't do this if we don't do it together. If we don't do it
Right.
together, we're broken from the
And
get go.
and the thing is, even if our Ashtar Command families, April's family, my family, and other starships come here and make contact on Earth, what good is that if half the people on this planet say they're light
Right.
workers and loving people, and you find out that you're not the person you say you are. Once you start meeting star people, you start going crazy,
Yeah,
meaning you
it's
start
really,
acting a
really
completely different way.
upsetting too to
Yeah.
find that,
Yeah.
who you believed in wasn't really, being honest or something.
Right,
Somebody said in the comments something really wonderful. Jim Palm said keyword authentic. So I feel
Mm.
like authenticity is extremely paramount,
Yeah.
in this type of work. And if you're watching a live and supporting the live, and then you're talking smack behind people's backs, that to me is just out of the question. It says a lot about who you are,
right.
Yeah.
bottom line. So
And I think everyone realizes too, your actions, your words, they're recorded. It's recorded out there.
Yeah, it
Everything that
is.
you do and say, it's all recorded. So pay attention. This isn't a
Yeah.
joke.
No, our
This
words
is
go out
real.
into the universe. Our words, just like our words are heard throughout the universe. Believe it or not, folks, you're saying, how could that
Absolutely.
be possible? Our words reverberate beyond our planet. All our words do,
it's
you
true.
know?
I mean, I remember years ago I read this book, and in the book, the woman used to get messages from Mary, the Mother of God, and she used to say that whatever you do and say is written in stone.
Yeah,
And I was just like that whole concept of that, your actions when you betray someone or you really, and like, listen, these are lessons for all of us. It's not,
Yep.
I, for one, everything that I speak of is pretty much a lesson for myself.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, I,
Absolutely.
I am no really better than anyone, and I'm the first one to admit it, and so, um, if there are any ill will feelings out there, I just want people to know that it's unprecedented. It's not, it's a false premise, it's
right.
just something that was fabricated and that has come out of like, um, maybe just a misunderstanding or something. So, if there are two events and there's people going to one event and they can only make the one event, then that's what they're going to do.
And
And
that's beautiful. I think it's good that we have two events because not everyone can go to Ledger, not
I'm
everyone can come to
fortunate because
Durham.
I can go to both,
Yeah.
I live right in the area and that was
Well,
very,
I expect you to come to Durham,
me
Connecticut,
too.
and an apple.
I expect I will be there.
If you get there early enough, maybe we can pick some apples. No, I'm just kidding.
I would love that. And maybe we can make some apple fritters.
Oh yeah, they have
Oh, I
they have
love apple fritters. Oh,
the apple. They
that's
have the market there. We can get some stuff in the market to bring back if we get there early enough.
Yeah,
We'll have to
I
figure that
would
out.
come out early. I would definitely come out early. I mean, we should try to get out there during the daylight and get
Oh
set.
yeah, during the daylight. Yeah, we got it set
And
up.
then
Yeah,
we
we
can
got
like
to.
have a little nosh and then get going and if you want to, Commander, and this is certainly up to you, we could always do the puja there as well.
Yeah, let's do the puja there too.
So, and I would it would be my honor to, be able to do it because I'm practicing it and you can all help me and learn about it as well.
Well, you can help me and everybody else learn about it because you're doing it, and I've never done it before, so I'm going to be a student.
Believe me, the
that is
Sanskrit is not easy,
that is such a beautiful prayer.
isn't it?
Yeah, I can't
Absolutely
wait.
beautiful.
And
Yeah.
for people to understand what Grace is talking about, the puja, Dr. Stephen Greer, they do the puja, which is like a prayer before they start the C5, correct?
Yeah, yeah. This is what Dr. Greer does himself. He will do the puja ceremony. It's basically an honoring of
Thank you, Susan.
and a thanking,
Mm-hmm.
and a way to show gratitude.
Mm.
And it basically is a altar set up with items on the altar that represent the prayer, and then
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing is you're creating
Oh,
oh,
thanks.
that's pretty. You're creating a sequence. So you have an orange, a butter lamp with
Mm-hmm.
fir burning, you have a rice and water, and you have flowers, and you have this whole sequence that you go through
Mm.
while you're talking, while you're speaking the
Wow.
words of the puja, which is in Sanskrit.
Thank you,
And
Transcending.
it's quite interesting trying to, like, I have to practice every day the Sanskrit because
Yeah.
by the time that the month April comes around and we do the ACE5s, I will hopefully be able to remember the correct pronunciation of the words because it's
Yeah.
definitely difficult. But they have a recording of Dr. Greer. I have a video of Dr. Greer actually reciting the puja, so we can have
Okay.
that playing while we recite the puja together.
Yeah.
So
That'd be
that's
That's
great.
amazing.
yeah. And I
That's
don't know
amazing.
how I'll figure out how to bring a tablet with me so
Yeah.
people can see the puja, and we'll have it hooked up to the phone too so you guys can see it as well.
Well, also, hopefully, we'll have Mark. Mystic Mark is also one of our friends here in Connecticut. Hopefully, he'll be at both events, and he has the big speakers that will
Yeah.
be used for the amplification of sound.
It's
So,
so
folks, we have it's just
beautiful.
amazing.
It's beautiful to hear Dr. Greer's voice come through that speaker because he's got this very relaxed monotone,
Hmm.
just a like there's an authority there, but yet there's a feeling of restfulness in his voice. So you feel super charged and connected all at the same time.
Oh, we need our
You know,
T-shirts.
I see folks don't know this. CmdrAleon has an Ashtar Command. I designed that shirt with some people that do shirt printing. I forget the name of the company. They made a couple of these shirts number of years ago. I had a bunch of these shirts made up, and I gave them away. And it shows, you'll see it here, a spaceship, very colorful ship. You can't really see it. There you go, a little bit.
I can't see it because of your green screen, Commander.
Okay, let's see here. Can you see
If
it
you get
now?
close to the phone, it's better. Yeah, there you go. And then maybe drop back a little more.
Disappeared.
It kind of plays tricks, that green screen.
The ship is
Do you
cloaking.
have it available? Do you have it
Not
available
anymore.
to purchase?
Not anymore.
Not
I'm
anymore.
trying to
Well,
design
that was a
another Ashtar
tease.
Command shirt.
Yeah,
That
That was
but
a tease.
I will design another shirt.
now
I
I
am going to
know
design another
that
shirt.
our friend Chenzo said he was going to help with merch. I'm not sure if
Oh,
it was
yeah.
Oh yeah, he is. Chenzo, he's going to have an encounters shirt. He'll be bringing to the
love that. I would love to see, shirts and things like that'd be fun.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I'll tell you what I did get, and I'm super
Yeah.
excited about this. I got a set of walkie-talkies I just recently purchased. So we'll have a walkie-talkie for now. Okay, so in the CE5 recommendation, they recommend that you have a walkie-talkie and you tape down the receiver so that the frequency of the tones go in straight up into the universe.
Oh.
Yeah, they want you to use the walkie-talkie. They recommend it. And they've added a lot more equipment to the app.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, a lot more
I'll
stuff.
have to go look.
I
Yeah,
already have the app. I should like when I have some breaks tomorrow, I should actually listen to some of the new things.
yeah, definitely, definitely. And there's more information on the app than ever before. And hey, Mansuk, and yeah, so it's important that you guys take some time, if you can, if you have the app, look at it, read some of the information. It's so helpful to understand, what's happening.
Yeah.
And you like food for thought and
Yeah.
all that business, so all that jazz. But there is Matt does shirts. That would be cool.
Oh, cool, Matt. I just noticed that too.
So let
Oh.
us know if you guys can do shirts and let's talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, I personally, I don't want to deal anything with merchandise. I'd be the worst person in the world to handle that, and I
Yeah,
don't want to be.
I don't mind doing it. It's just deciding on like a design, on
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
design would be.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does anybody hear like our voices? I mean, I am. I hear myself.
I can hear a little reverb.
I hear you reverbing. So
How about
I
me?
know this is going to be kind of weird, uh, but I think that where amplification is going out into space right now.
I'll
Oh,
It's
you want?
feedback.
I'll mute.
I
Is it from
think.
me?
No, I think it's from the Ashtar Command ship that is above my house
Oh,
about 20,000 feet.
oh.
Does anybody else hear the reverberation of sound? Anybody? I didn't want to say anything. Maybe it's just me. Anybody have a speaker on by chance? You have a speaker.
Let me turn it off.
Okay, let's see what happens. Okay.
We were on a live last night with the group, all the mods
Yeah.
on a live,
Yeah.
and we were goofing off, and we had a lot of reverbs because I
Oh, you
think
did? Okay.
Julie put on headsets.
Yeah.
And the minute the headsets went on, all this reverb started happening in the room.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yep. And we
It,
couldn't really get rid of it. And finally, towards the end, but we were really just being goofy. You know, I think you
yeah,
hopped
I
in.
remember that. I was on for a little bit. You were being goofy. You're very
um,
goofy.
sometimes you have to let your hair down a little bit.
That's right. You did. You did. All of you did. You did good.
Yeah, it was fun. We had like a cosmic disco.
You did have a cosmic disco. Yeah. I think it's just that the technology, the reverb, it was there, so it's going to be what it is.
Julie was the DJ.
Yeah, Julie was the DJ.
Julie, I
So
wish you could come to the CE5. I wish there was a way you could come one of them.
and if any of you are interested in the C5 in Ledyard, that will be better to go to. Not that I don't want you to come to Durham. We don't have any facilities in Durham. Ledyard, there'll be facilities, and Grace can tell you how to get involved. How many people are looking to go to Ledyard? How many people want to go to Ledyard? Tell us right now, in advance of April, the month of April. How many people?
And it's on the 20th. I forget what night. Saturday night? Do we say Saturday night or Sunday night?
It's a Saturday night. Yeah, the 20th.
Saturday night.
I would
How many
love to go.
people? How many people are going to come to Ledyard, Connecticut? Carrie says she's not far. So Carrie, come. Get in touch with Grace about that, and she can facilitate that whole thing. Kit Kat, definitely come. If I lived close, I would. I have to take a vacation. I'll take a vacation. Easier said than done, but yeah. Who else wants to come?
Listen, I mean, it's something that you have to plan. It's most certainly a powerfully moving event. No doubt. I mean, it was life-changing for me. So it's been wonderful for me.
And if anybody really does want to come and they're in the New York, New Jersey, New England area, not that I'm excluding anybody from California, get in touch with Grace, contact her. It's going to be at night, and it's, so it'll be a weekend event, and then you can go home on Sunday. And there's a kitchen in there. I'm sure we'll have some food to bring, share. It'll be a beautiful communal gathering of people,
Yeah. Yeah, Zilla, definitely. So Zilla, what are you planning on doing? Do you have any idea yet? Yeah, it's
someone's saying C5. What's the person's name? CC. The person that CC wants to ask about C5. Is she asking what a C5 is? CC, what? Go ahead, CC. What's your question?
I'll go down, Commander, so someone can come up.
No, you
and
can
maybe
stick
I
around.
can
I got
stop
plenty
the
of
reverbing.
Okay, well, I got plenty of room. It's all right if you reverb.
I think it's fine now, Loretta.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're back to normal.
Yeah. Well, we're never ever normal, but but that's another story.
I know I'm not normal.
But Cece had a question about C5, and let's see what that question was.
Is it 12:27 already? What the heck happens to the time when we come on this show?
There is no time here.
Oh
We don't
my
look at time.
goodness.
I'm like, what the heck? It was just 11:30.
Yeah, so we don't look at time.
Woo.
It's only 9:30 here.
Oh, you.
And what did so Cece had a question about CE5. Cece, you still there? One of
Yeah,
us
be
can answer your
normal.
question. I know Grace can too.
Yeah, I mean, a CE5, if you haven't ever heard of it before, it's Close Encounters with the Fifth Kind. And it basically describes a protocol that we follow. And we have a star group that gets together, Skywatch group, which is what we like to call it. We get together as a team, and we have meditation and a protocol that we follow that was laid out by Dr. Greer and team members, Dr. Stephen Greer. If you're more interested in finding out about the CE5 and more information, you can download the app on any device. It's a one-time fee. I think it's like $10.
Yeah, it's inexpensive.
Yep, and then you can
That's
read
not
all
bad.
about it. It's basically making contact with civilizations, extraterrestrial brothers and sisters that can help us with our planet and with you know, everything that you can think of in regards to our planet, but mainly to help us with peace, you know, raising the understanding of consciousness, because I don't even think that a lot of people on our planet even understand what consciousness.
Right, they don't. And I'm also inviting Friends with Furries. I know she probably got home from work late, pretty sure. So I just sent her the invite when she's ready to come on as soon as she gets settled in her home. So I'll have her on here. So we'll come in
Says
here.
that he has to go to both, Commander.
Who's going to both?
Zilla, he goes, I don't have a choice. If I want to go, I am told I have to go to both.
Oh, Zilla will be at both. I'm sure he will be.
Zilla,
I
that's kind of a lot of pressure. Although if you have time and you can hang out, you could always ask Myra if you can stay there.
Yeah, Mahansuk, you have to come up to Connecticut for the one in Ledyard for the weekend. Mahansuk, bring your friend with you too. You guys come up together, maybe carpool. I know it's a long drive from the down south, but you need to come up, Mahansuk. Send her those pictures I sent you, Commander. I will.
I wish y'all weren't so far on the East Coast.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm over
We'll have to
way
get
over here by by Mount Shasta.
we're
I'm
gonna
waiting
have to
for
have
that one.
well, you have to call in the spaceship at Mount Shasta from the city of
Yeah.
Telos. They have spaceships in the city of Telos.
Yeah.
Ask them to bring a small ship and have you transported to Ledyard, Connecticut.
Oh, now see, I haven't thought of that.
See, I always think of stuff like that. That's why I'm here
I
to
did
help you
not
out.
think of that. You know, I
To
was
come in.
so fortunate. I was so fortunate when I have to send you pictures, Commander. When I
Yeah.
had my full moon blessing for universe and our ancestral guides, there was pictures captured with Ashtar Commander. They actually caught him in the background with
Wow.
angels and
Oh,
fairies.
really? Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it was absolutely phenomenal. And
Wow.
I'll send you the pictures.
Oh, I can't wait
I'll
to see
send them
that.
to you, Grace. It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
okay. I think I caught that one on someone when they were talking about it on someone's live in the morning, right?
I think it was Opal Stars Live, maybe.
I think we have a
Yeah,
troll in the room. I think there's a troll.
Where's the troll?
Yeah.
If there's a troll, we'll take him out. But
Kevin
Kevin
alive again. Kevin alive again. I don't know what
Kevin-
that means, what he's saying, but you don't understand anything he wrote. And then he wrote, "Don't listen to him."
Oh, we're taking him out. Blocking time. I just took Kevin, whatever it is. I just took him out. The commander took him out.
And what is the user 15569? What guys? You got to make names for yourselves. It makes me feel like
Yeah. Yeah.
when it has.
We want to know. Know who you are. See a picture of you
Yes.
at
Well,
least.
no, some people have just numbers on TikTok. I don't know why. Some of our friends have numbers, and some people have names.
Thanks for the likes, guys. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, Kevin Alive. I just took him out. I appreciate my moderators. Um, I will. Vicky. Hey, Vicky.
Hi, Vicky. Nice to
Hey,
meet you.
Vicky. I always call her 155, but I never had a name. So welcome,
Oh,
Vicky.
I've heard you
Yeah,
say 155.
yeah. I try to acknowledge everybody, but I'm only human.
You do.
I'm
You
not
always
only
do a good.
human.
Yeah, yeah. You
So I'm
always do
willing.
a good job, Commander.
I just. I didn't think I pressed the button. I just invited April on when she's settled in. I just pressed the invite button on my screen here on my guest button thing. We're so excited. I mean, um, April is not that far away,
Uh-uh.
and I know that April, the person April, who we all know, and me, and a number of people, and Grace will get to meet April too, and all the people that are coming to Durham, Connecticut. We're gonna have a beautiful event there, but we don't have like overnight accommodations. Although, with April, we're gonna make sure she has a place to stay when she comes down here from Vermont. You know, so that's important.
Time has been going by so fast. April will be here by
Yeah.
next week.
Grace, if Grace is talking, she has her microphone on mute.
Oh.
There's a, I was muted. Uh, there are a lot of places to stay in the area.
Yeah, there are.
I mean, this is a vacation destination, so there are way, way, way lots of options.
Oh, especially down Ledger too,
Yeah, and we have
and
the
up where I am.
yep, all of the Connecticut coast is loaded with places. So, I mean, it's up to you guys. We just want to offer an
Yeah.
option.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Dragon's Egg has limited facilities. It's not a hotel, believe me.
It isn't.
Oh, I
You
think,
can actually. I think she wants to step down.
okay.
I Enlightened consciousness says, "I can't believe the things you believe. Yet you don't respect those who believe in channeling." No, I have respect for people that channel. I just don't believe that you have to go to a channel to get information. See, because I came from Facebook where there was too many people channeling the same being or the same Ashtar. At that point, it gets ridiculous. I believe people don't have to channel anything. I believe if you center in your cosmic consciousness to directly your star family, you don't have to channel anything. That's the key. I'm saying, if you want to channel, hey, go for it. None of us is telling the enlightened not to channel if that's what you do. I don't think you need to channel to get the information. I think you have to go direct. I think you have to be meditating, connect very solidly with yourself and your higher self, and just go for it. And I think a lot of channeling is a higher self bringing information to our human self. So everybody has a higher self. We all do, and we just have to realize the channeled information is coming from that higher aspect of our consciousness. But most channels don't look at it that way. They think they're channeling somebody from the planet Zebra or something, when in fact they're opening up into their other consciousness, which is the more cosmic consciousness, and that's a beautiful thing. But a lot of times, if you go on Facebook, there are 10,000 people channeling Archangel Michael. There are 10,000 people channeling Ashtar. At that point, over the years, it's gone out of hand. Where too many people are saying they're channeling the same thing, what's the real thing? So yeah, if someone wants to channel, I'm not opposed to people doing it. It's just not my thing. My teachings are: don't channel, go direct, connect with yourself, connect with your star family, make that connection. No matter how long it takes you to get there, do the work and you'll get there. I'm just saying that people really don't need anything other than themselves to get where they're going with some guidance. That's all.
Oh, Loretta's phone got died. Okay.
Well, that'll happen. She didn't look at her power.
Yeah, that can happen, guys, definitely, because you can't see the battery when you are
Yeah,
online.
you're looking at all our beautiful faces, and we're not looking at how much power we have on our batteries.
Yeah, Zilla says we already channel our higher selves. It's true. And I have a couple of people that I really like that do channeling. And It's really depends on the information that comes through too. I feel
Yeah,
like, you have to use your discernment in everything.
right.
But we've never said, none of
No,
us,
we don't.
that we
None of
don't.
us. I just say I don't believe in channeling. Doesn't mean that someone shouldn't go to a channel. If someone says in their
Exactly.
free will they want to go there, I'm not going to stop you. Hey, if you get something out of it, beautiful. I'm just saying it's beautiful if you can go direct and learn how to connect with your star family directly yourself without having to go through reading cards, channeling, crystal balls, or anything. That's all I'm saying. If people want to go that way, they can do whatever they want.
Thank you,
That's
Mansuk. Mansuk said he likes my glasses. I just got these. Thank you.
oh, they are nice.
Thank you so much for noticing. I'm
He
surprised.
noticed them. See,
Yeah, I got
and those her glasses are very special because her glasses can see the spaceship. She's got these special glasses. Grace was being very humble about it, but I'm going to say, Grace, your glasses at C5 are going to see spaceships.
Oh boy, I
You're
think
going to
it's
see,
great. I think it's great. Listen, I'm game.
yeah,
I'm
you're going
game.
to definitely
I
do it.
really want to. I really would like. Well, listen, I put the intention forth, so I know what
Hmm.
I'm looking for,
Yeah,
and that's so nice, Julie. Thank you. So,
yeah.
guys, look at the picture now because now that I'm
Oh,
bigger,
yeah. There's the orb. There's the
there's
orb. See the orb, and say what day this was. Was that today?
that was today, this afternoon at 5 o'clock. And
Wow.
this is the CE5 location that we're going to be
Yeah.
at.
And so
And
she took a picture, her camera, of an orb. I wonder how big that orb was. Was it in the sky or was it in the tree
yeah,
line?
it looks like it's in the tree line, like it's up in like the trees are super tall, super
Yeah.
tall. I couldn't even tell you how big they are, but they were enormous. And the whole back, in the front is the field where we're going to be. And then behind is the woods.
Yeah.
So it's going to be and then those woods are magical. Those woods are
Mm.
magical. That whole space is magical. It's beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. And yeah, yes, CT. Yeah, it is interesting, right? And talking about folklore, there's definitely probably a lot of energy all over this wooded areas. I know
Mm.
that when I used to ride my bike along the Mystic River, I used to I felt like I was trapped in time and space, and I could see the Native Americans running through the woods. Like it was nuts. It was like I was having like glimpses of time and space.
Mm.
Because you know how, yeah, one behind my head. That's right. That one right there.
Hmm.
So this is the photo I took. And then you see where the sun is? I think the sun was like, pretty low in the sky because it was about 5 o'clock. Yeah. So, and the thing that's really cool about the CE5 event in Ledger is that we can do it inside as well if we want to.
Mm.
And
Okay.
the whole facility is you can see a full view of the sky and there are windows. So we can be indoors doing the CE5 comfortably. And, so if we have like inclement weather or if it rains, we can
Hmm.
still do
Hmm.
it. Because
Yeah.
a lot of times when it rains, it's difficult for us to be outdoors.
Yeah. And I'm hoping on the 13th even. I'm hoping on both days there's no rain. I think that well, then there's no way of predicting any of that weather stuff. So whatever it is, it is. If we know it's going to rain, we'll just a day or two before we'll have to. Well, we'll just go day by day in New England with the weather.
Yeah,
That's
well,
all I can
that's just
say.
it. You have to go day by day here. You never know. Yeah, lots of ancestors. That's what Loretta says. I would imagine there's a lot of ancestors running in the woods. The energies are going to be in the woods because we're not far from the Pequot Nation. So
Right, the
Pequot,
reservation. Yeah,
yeah, the reservation is very close to where we'll be.
yeah,
So you're going to have a lot of energy there, no doubt.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You're watching Encounters, folks, and this show is being recorded. All our shows are on our Astro Command Spaceship News YouTube channel. So you can watch my show from this morning on the radio, all our shows that we've had the last few weeks, all different shows, including our contact shows of upcoming contact with the space people. They're all recorded, and all of the information that we're talking about, that April has talked about, that I've talked about, our interviews with Grace tonight about CU5, all that will be on our YouTube channel. So if you've missed any part of our discussion, you can watch it on the YouTube channel, and it'll be available probably by the morning.
So, Commander, I'm going to hop down. I'm going to say goodnight to everyone. I want to get some rest. But listen, keep watching the sky.
Absolutely. Things are happening.
Thanks so much. Oh, my God.
Hey, take care. Oh, great. I knew Grace had a mustache, so I know she was hiding it with makeup.
That was hysterical.
Hey, thank you, TK.
That is hysterical. Who sent that?
Whoever did, it's all on recording, so they'll see it on my YouTube channel. Okay.
Everyone, stay safe, be beautiful as usual, as you are. Thanks.
Take care, Grace. And contact Grace if you're interested in the Ledger event. How could they contact you before you go?
Go to my TikTok page and follow me and then message me. I think that's the best bet.
Oh, transcending. Thank you. I feel like Raiders of the Lost Ark here or something, whatever that is.
It's too cute. It's like the saloon hangout.
It is a saloon. I've got 8 hats available. I'm doing the baseball caps tonight. So I have 1 cap. I'm looking for 7 more. Hey, Grace, take care.
Guys, good night.
Yep. Good night, Grace. Let me do this here. Whoop. All right. And I'm going to see if I'm going to, I guess Friends and Furry is not here. She was here. I'll contact Friends and Furry on Messenger and see what's going on. But she was here for a few minutes. That's a bummer. I was going to bring her on, but we'll see what's happening. Anyway, you're watching Encounters, the spiritual UFO talk show. It's almost near 1 o'clock. And I think it's going to be time to settle down here. And I want to thank everybody for being here. It's been a good show. We've had some good discussion about contact and about what it's about, and how eventually everybody will be part of it, so people don't have to feel that they're left out of anything. Contact will happen for everybody when it's supposed to happen, right? And for those of us like April, myself, and others that are going to be involved in the initial contact, it's something that's going to be beneficial for the whole planet when we have it. It'll be something that's going to help everybody. And so just, understand that everything that we do will be unconditionally extended to everyone around the world. And that's the way it should be, So tomorrow night we'll have another live edition of Encounters. No problem, Yaya. You got your phone charging. April 13th is still happening. That's going to be at 8 o'clock on a Saturday night in Connecticut at an apple orchard. And then the second event will be happening in Ledyard, Connecticut, which has facilities, but you have to contact Grace in terms of that whole thing. Matt, thank you for the heart me. I send my love to each and every one of you. I've gotten 3 hats already. Let's see. I need 5 more hats, baseball hats. Oh, Matt's sending me a cap, or what do they call those, baseball caps. So please, let's see here. Wow, I got 50% of my caps, it says here. So we're at about 49,000. We didn't hit 100,000 tonight, no biggie. Maybe we'll get to 50,000. We hit 50,000. It'd take a kind of a miracle to get to another 50,000 before 1 o'clock. Although, if everybody taps, we could do it. We could do it. You think we can do 100,000 by 1 o'clock in the morning? Maybe. I have confidence. Shelley, thank you for the roses. You guys are beautiful. And we have 4 of 8. We need 4 more caps to reach our goal on the cap thing. Let me see who we got here. Diana, hey, we'll bring Diana up here. Let's bring Diana up here on encounters. Hey, good evening, Diana. Welcome to the show. Did you want to come up? Guess we'll be back soon. Maybe Diana didn't want to come up. I don't know. If you want to come back up, let me know. All right. She might have tapped that thing by accident. And we still have 4 more caps, baseball caps available. Yaya sent us a cap. Thank you, Yaya. Now we have 6 caps, and we need 2 more caps to reach 8. Oh, she's sending me another. Yaya, you're amazing. Thank you. Now we need 2 more caps. We're at 6. You're amazing. Thank you for the caps. So if I could hit my goal of 8 caps for tonight, that would be great. Matt, thank you for another cap. I'm at 80%, it says here. Oh, I think I just hit it. Did I just hit it? Thank you, Matt. Thank you for that. We just achieved our goal. You're amazing, folks. So we're at 55,000 likes right now. We want to see if we can hit 100,000 before 1 a.m. in the morning. I always have goals in what I do galactically and cosmically and on the show here. It's been a good show. Tomorrow night we'll have a lot of guests. We'll try to do more interviews with people. But I'm glad that we had the show tonight to clear everybody up about contact and how it's important for people to understand that the contact we have when we're taken on the ships is going to be very beneficial to the well-being of the planet and of humanity. Okay. And we're excited. We're all excited. I'm excited. April's excited. And the other 1 or 2 people, I'm sure, are excited as well. So it's going to be something beautiful. Thank you, Shelley, for saying that. Shelley's one of our moderators here. And we appreciate all our moderators, too. Absolutely. Our moderators do a great job. And we have 10 more minutes before 1. If we in 10 minutes can do 100,000 likes and hit 100, we need another less than 60,000 more likes. Thank you, Shelley. We appreciate that comment. We have 191 people on the planet here on the show. If everybody collectively taps that button, we'll get to 100,000 likes before 1 o'clock. I'd like to hit the goal. We're almost at 60,000. Almost. And since we're winding down, I'm not going to try to do another interview until tomorrow. Maybe. Let me see. God is one. God is one. Can you tell us what you want to say before we bring you up here? It's a great name. I like that name. God is one. What did you want to share with us before we sign out the show at 1 o'clock in the morning? God is one. Also, one of the things is you must be over 18, no foul language, no drinking, no smoking, no vaping, no drinking, no drugs or whatever. Over 18, no kids on the show, no foul language. I probably should have mentioned that earlier, but we didn't do any interviews really tonight. Okay, so we're at 63.8. We're at 1251. I bet we can hit 100,000 before 1 a.m. That's our goal. Marinee, we're going to have, and she's also one of our other moderators out west. Good to have you with us still here. Mahan Suk, good to have you back with us. Yeah, God is one. What would you like to share? That's what I'm trying to, we have not a lot of minutes left. I'm going to probably say if you'd like to come in tomorrow night at 11 o'clock, that's when our show starts. We'd like to have you on here for sure. We're kind of winding down the show a little bit here. We're at 65.7, 65.8, almost at 65.9, 66. I know we can do it. Diana, thank you for the paper crane. And tomorrow is a Monday, the beginning of the Earth-based work week. And my moderators are trying to get everybody to tap, and I certainly would appreciate it. We're at almost 68. We're at 67.4. We're at 12:52 a.m. We're at 68,000. We're still needing to get up there. We can do it. I know not everybody's tapping, so this show is all about interaction, getting people together, doing things. You know, it's always nicer when everyone in the studio audience is part of it. You know, so even if you don't come up and share something with us, you can do the tapping. We're at 70,000.2. You can be a quiet supporter by tapping. We appreciate it. We're at 73.6. Yeah, do they let me tap? I can tap too. You know what? Actually, I can tap. I'm gonna tap. I tend not to do it but I'll tap here. I'm tapping like crazy. So I'm doing quick taps. I'm doing quick taps right here. Let me see. I just did a quick tap. That's what happens. See, I did 95 likes in quick taps. If I can do 95 likes and tap, everybody else can tap really quickly. You can fill up the screen. When that thing goes pink, you can tap and get up to 95 likes very quickly. Can I see your prior question, Jules? Let me see here. Let me see what your prior question was, Jules. Let me go backwards here. Jules. I'm going backwards, Jules. Let's see. No, I didn't see the prior question. I can't find it. So, Jules, can you type in your question again, and I'll definitely answer it. We're at 85.1 at 12:56. Jules, if you're still there, try to bring your question. And sometimes on TikTok, the questions don't show up. I don't know why, though. Goes live. Yeah, and again, our show, I might take a night off once in a while, but most nights we're on at 11 p.m. Eastern. That's 10 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Mountain, and 8 p.m. West Coast. Oh, that's weird. My screen is getting darker. As long as you can still see me a little bit. We're at 88.3. I think we're going to make it to 100,000. Right now, I feel like we're like when I go off the radio, I kind of unwind. I'm kind of getting into an unwinding mode here on the show. Oh, thank you, Jules. Well, I didn't see the question. I can see you said I just sent it again, but I don't see it. Huh, that's weird. Hey, Jules, we're going to follow you. I say I wasn't following you. So, Julie, message me the question because for some reason I'm not seeing it on the TikTok, but I'm seeing when you said I just sent it again. That's really weird. We're at 92.7, almost at 100,000. We appreciate every one of you, all the new people, all the longtime viewers, everybody. Oh, yeah, try wording it differently. Hey, Commander Card. And I see there are people coming in to the show now. We'll have, again, we're on 11 p.m. Eastern every night for the most part. And once in a while, when we're not on, we take a break just to refresh. Hey, Paul. We're almost there at 97.8 before 1 o'clock. We have 2 minutes to hit 100,000. 2 minutes. I know we can do it. It's 12:58. 1 o'clock, we're signing the show off. We're just trying to get to 100,000 before we end up the show. We're 99.2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100,000. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all, everybody out there. We hit 100,000. It's been a great show. This show will be on my YouTube channel. If you want to check all previous shows, go to my YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News, and you'll see all our previous shows. Some of the shows I posted are not in the same order of the dates they were broadcasted in. So if I got too many shows that have not been transferred to the YouTube channel, I'm going to date them so you know what date the shows were live. With that said, thank you for all the gifts out there. We appreciate it. We'll catch you all tomorrow night on Monday night for another edition of Encounters, a show that's out of this world. Take care, everybody.